church's mission. In the last 3 verses of Matthew chapter 28, Jesus' last words to his disciples were, "All power has been given unto me. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you. And lo, I will be with you always, even unto the end of the age." So this is the Great Commission, or Jesus' main command to all his disciples as he left. In Acts chapter 1, the 8th verse, it even goes further to state just before Jesus ascended into heaven that he said, "And you shall receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and you shall be my witnesses, even in Jerusalem, and then unto Judea and Samaria, and unto the uttermost parts of the earth." So each disciple or each new believer or each believer will eventually become a witness for God in whatever he does in his life. So part of the church's role then, apart from worship and fellowship, which we mentioned in the previous video, is to ensure that his mission is continued and that the ministry of Christ, the gospel of Christ, is spread throughout the world. What kind of friend would you be if you hear the greatest news, which is the gospel, and you don't tell it? What kind of friend would you be if you know about the problem of sin and the fact that Jesus came and redeemed us and gave us salvation and solved that problem, and you not tell it to everybody that you meet? It's almost as if you saw fire, and instead of telling everybody and looking to alleviate the problem or carrying water to out the fire, you don't say anything, or you just walk past and nothing comes of it. This is the truth of the gospel. In Pastor Rick Warren's book, The Purposeful Life, he speaks about 5 tenets of what a Christian or a believer should be looking to do in their lives, which is worship, fellowship, discipleship, ministry, and evangelism. And the last 3 seem to cover what we're discussing here in our video. And if you aren't, or if a church isn't finalizing the details of having disciples in their church who are continuously growing, having a relevant ministry, and evangelizing, then they will eventually stagnate and die, or not be as effective as they could be. Because this is the mission of Christ, to go out there and spread the good news. Be blessed today in Jesus' name.